I stare at the two pink lines, my hands trembling so violently I nearly drop the test. This can't be happening, I whisper to my reflection in the bathroom mirror. But it is happening. I'm pregnant, and my husband David has no idea that 3 months ago, I started sleeping with Ryan from work. My phone buzzes on the counter. A text from Ryan. Can't wait to see you tonight. Same hotel? I used to get butterflies reading his messages. Now my stomach churns. Something feels different about this one. Too casual, like he's texting any random hookup. Emma? David's voice echoes from downstairs. Dinner's ready. I shove the test deep into my purse and splash cold water on my face. David made dinner. When's the last time that happened? When's the last time we even had a real conversation? Coming? I call back, but my voice cracks. Walking down our hallway, I pass our wedding photos. 5 years ago, we looked so happy, so sure about our future together. Now David works 16-hour days, and I feel like a stranger in my own house. You okay? David asks when I enter the kitchen. You look pale. Just tired from work. The lie rolls off my tongue so easily now. He nods, already scrolling through his phone while eating. We sit in silence, the only sound our forks scraping against plates. I'll be working late again tomorrow, he says without looking up. Of course you will. What's that supposed to mean? I want to scream that it means I'm lonely, that I need him, that we're falling apart. Instead I say, nothing, just tired. But as I watch him return to his phone, ignoring me completely, I realize I'm not the only one keeping secrets. David's been distant for months, and suddenly I'm wondering if there's more to his late nights than just work. The pregnancy test feels like it's burning a hole in my purse. Everything I thought I knew about my life is about to change forever. David, we need to talk. The words tumble out before I can stop them. He looks up from his laptop, and for a split second, I see something flicker in his eyes. Not surprise, something else. I'm pregnant. I watch his face carefully, waiting for shock, joy, confusion, anything normal. Instead, he just nods and closes his laptop slowly. Whose is it? The question hits me like a physical blow. My mouth falls open. What do you mean? Emma, I've known about Ryan for months. My world tilts sideways. How? The late nights that don't match your work schedule, changed passwords on your phone, new lingerie I never see you wear at home. His voice is eerily calm. Should I keep going? I sink into the nearest chair, my legs giving out. David, The real question is whether you're going to keep lying to me. He walks to our kitchen drawer and pulls out a manila envelope, placing it on the counter between us like evidence in a trial. DNA test appointment is tomorrow at 10. Divorce papers are already drawn up, just waiting for the results. You've known for months and said nothing? I wanted to see how far you'd take it, how long you'd lie to my face. My chest tightens. David, please, let me explain. Explain what? That you've been screwing your coworker for 3 months? That you come home and kiss me with his taste still on your lips? Tears stream down my face. I thought you didn't love me anymore. You work all the time. We never talk. So you decided to find someone who would give you attention? It wasn't like that. Then what was it like, Emma? Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you made your choice 3 months ago. And what about you? The question explodes out of me. You knew I was having an affair and did nothing. What kind of husband does that? David's smile is cold. The kind who wants to make sure he has all the facts before he destroys his cheating wife's life. This isn't you, David. You're not cruel. You don't know me at all, Emma. That's been the problem all along. He picks up his laptop and heads toward the stairs. We'll know tomorrow whose baby you're carrying, then we'll decide what comes next. I sit alone in our kitchen, staring at the divorce papers that might seal my fate. I drive to Ryan's apartment with shaking hands, desperate for someone to hold me and tell me everything will be okay. Ryan, I pound on his door. Please, I need you. When he opens it, I collapse into his arms, sobbing. Hey, what's wrong? But even as he holds me, something feels off. His embrace is stiff, mechanical. He knows, Ryan. David knows everything. Ryan pulls back, his face going pale. What do you mean he knows everything? About us. About the affair. He's known for months. Months? There's panic in his voice that makes my stomach drop. Emma, what exactly did you tell him? I told him I'm pregnant. Ryan steps back like I've slapped him. Pregnant? You don't seem happy. Emma, you said you were on birth control. I was. But things happen, Ryan. Accidents happen. I thought you'd be happy. You said you loved me. The silence stretches between us like a chasm. Ryan, say something. He runs his hands through his hair, pacing his small living room like a caged animal. This changes everything, Emma. I'm not ready for this kind of responsibility. What are you saying? But I already know. I can see it in his eyes. The same calculation I've been too blind to notice for months. Maybe David finding out is the universe's way of telling us this was a mistake. The words hit me like a physical blow. A mistake? Emma, we both knew this couldn't last forever. You're married. I'm not ready to be a stepfather, and I'm definitely not ready to be a real father. You said you loved me. I do love you. But love isn't enough when there's a baby involved and an angry husband who probably wants to destroy both our careers. So you're abandoning me? I'm being realistic. David has money, lawyers, connections. I'm just a marketing coordinator who can barely afford this apartment. I stare at him, seeing him clearly for the first time. This is the man I threw away my marriage for. This selfish, cowardly man who only wanted me when it was easy and fun. You're right about one thing, I whisper. This was a mistake, but not the way you think. I walk toward his door. Emma, wait. No, Ryan, you made your choice. Now I have to live with mine. As I drive home, I realize I've lost everything for absolutely nothing. 2 weeks later, I sit in Dr. Peterson's office next to David, both of us staring at the DNA results in stunned silence. The baby is yours, Mr. Richardson, Dr. Peterson says gently. 99.9% certainty. I can't breathe. But that's impossible. David's hand covers mine, and when I look at him, there's no anger in his eyes anymore. Just sadness. Emma, do you remember your birthday party 2 months ago? The memory comes flooding back in fragments. Too much wine, stumbling upstairs, David helping me out of my dress. Oh my God! I put my hands over my face. I thought you were rejecting me. I thought you didn't want me anymore. I was trying to stop because you were drunk, but then you started crying, saying I never touched you anymore, that you felt invisible. So we... Yes, and apparently that was enough. Dr. Peterson clears his throat awkwardly. I'll give you two some privacy. After he leaves, David turns to face me fully. Emma, our marriage was struggling. I've been working too much, taking you for granted. When I found out about Ryan, I was devastated, but I also realized I pushed you away for... the divorce papers, I whisper. What happens now? I don't know. His honesty cuts deep. I love you, Emma. I've always loved you, but I don't know if I can trust you again. I'll do anything to fix this. Anything. I scheduled an appointment with a marriage counselor for next week. If you're willing to fight for us, really fight, then maybe we can figure this out. I nod through my tears, hope blooming in my chest for the first time in months. But Emma, David's voice is serious. If we do this, there can't be any more secrets between us. No more lies, no more affairs, complete honesty, even when it hurts. I promise. And Ryan can never be part of our lives again, not as a coworker, not as anything. I already ended it. He made it clear he wanted nothing to do with the baby anyway. David flinches. He thought it was his? For 2 weeks, yes, until he showed me exactly who he really is. I'm sorry, Emma. No matter what happened between us, you deserved better than that. As we leave the doctor's office together, I realize the hardest part isn't behind us. It's just beginning. 3 weeks later, I'm reviewing campaign proposals when I look up to find Ryan standing in my office doorway. Emma, we need to talk. There's nothing to talk about, Ryan. You made your position very clear. But he steps inside anyway, closing the door behind him. I made a mistake. I was scared, okay? The baby news freaked me out. I stand up, anger coursing through me. The baby isn't even yours, Ryan. The DNA test proved it's David's. His face crumbles. What? But you said... I said a lot of things. I was confused and hurt and desperate. But biology doesn't lie. Emma, please, I love you. I know I messed up, but we can figure this out. Figure what out? There's nothing between us anymore. You don't have to stay with him just because of the baby. We could leave town, start fresh somewhere else. His words, Ma, gave me sick. You ran away the second things got complicated, and now you want me to run away with you? David will never trust you again. You'll always be the wife who cheated. But with me, you could have a clean slate. I walk to my office door and open it wide. The only mistake I made was thinking you were worth losing my marriage over. Don't contact me again. You're making a huge mistake, Emma. He'll never forgive you. Maybe not, but at least he's man enough to try. As Ryan leaves, I see several co-workers watching from their desks. Sarah from accounting gives me a supportive nod. Mike from IT pretends to be busy with his phone. For the first time in months, I don't care what anyone thinks. I only care about going home to David and continuing the hard work of earning back his trust. My phone buzzes with a text from David. Dinner at Giuseppe's tonight? Thought we could talk about baby names. I smile as I type back. I'd love that. Maybe we can make this work after all. Emma, you keep saying you had the affair because you felt neglected, Dr. Martinez observes during our 5th session. But David has made significant changes. He's working fewer hours, planning date nights, communicating more. Yet you seem almost guilty about accepting these changes. Why? I shift uncomfortably, David's hand warm in mine. We've been making progress, but something still feels wrong. I guess I don't feel like I deserve it. I betrayed him. Because I love you, Emma, David says, squeezing my hand. And because I played a role in pushing you away. But that's just it, Dr. Martinez leans forward. David, your reaction to discovering the affair was remarkably controlled. Most spouses experience rage, devastation, impulsive decisions. But you scheduled a DNA test, prepared divorce papers, and waited calmly for results. That level of emotional regulation is unusual. David goes very still beside me. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting there might be other factors at play. David, have you ever been unfaithful to Emma? The question hangs in the air like a bomb. I turn to look at David, searching his face. David? He closes his eyes, and somehow I know. Her name is Jessica. She's a paralegal at my firm. It started about a year ago. The words hit me like physical blows. A year ago. While I was home alone, cooking dinners he never ate, doing laundry he never noticed. You had an affair first? Emma, please. No! I stand up so fast my chair tips backward. You let me believe I was the only one who betrayed our marriage. You let me carry all the guilt while you were doing the exact same thing. It's over with Jessica. It has been for months. Because you found out about Ryan. You ended it because suddenly you had the moral high ground. Dr. Martinez tries to intervene. Let's take a moment to... How long, I demand. How long were you with her while I was home feeling like a failure as a wife? 10 months, David whispers. 10 months. I sink back into my chair. Our entire marriage counseling journey, all my guilt, all my apologies, and you were just as guilty as I was. It's different, Emma. Jessica didn't mean anything. Don't you dare say it didn't mean anything. You spent 10 months with another woman, and then you had the audacity to act like the victim when you found out about Ryan. Emma, I love you. I chose you. You chose me because I gave you the perfect excuse to end things with Jessica without looking like the bad guy. The silence that follows is deafening. I think we should end today's session here, Dr. Martinez says quietly. As we walk to our cars in silence, I realize our marriage might be even more broken than I thought. I spend my lunch break sitting in my car outside David's law firm, watching people come and go. I don't even know what Jessica looks like, but somehow I need to see her. Then I spot David walking out with a tall blonde woman. They're talking intently, not like former lovers, but like people with unfinished business. I follow them to a coffee shop 3 blocks away, my heart pounding. Through the window, I watch David hand her an envelope. She opens it, counts what looks like money, and shakes her head. They're arguing. When David leaves, Jessica stays behind, staring at the envelope with tears in her eyes. Before I can talk myself out of it, I walk into the coffee shop. Jessica? She looks up, startled. She's beautiful. Everything I'm not. Tall, confident, put together. You're Emma, she says quietly. David's wife. I know about the affair. I just found out yesterday. Then you know it's over. Is it? I gesture to the envelope, because that looked like more than just saying goodbye. Jessica's composure cracks. Your husband is paying me to disappear, to quit my job and move back to Ohio. My blood runs cold. Why would he do that? Because I'm pregnant too. The words hit me like a freight train. What? 4 months along, and unlike you, I know exactly who the father is. I stare at her in shock, my hand instinctively moving to my own growing belly. I told David last week, right after you two started counseling. He said he'd handle it, but I couldn't let you know. Said it would destroy any chance of fixing your marriage. So he's paying you to disappear. I don't want his money. Jessica pushes the envelope across the table to me. I just want him to acknowledge this baby exists, but he says he can't be a father to 2 children from 2 different women. He has to choose. And he chose me. Lucky you, Jessica says bitterly. You get the husband, the house, the respectable life. I get a 1-way ticket to Ohio and a lifetime of pretending my child doesn't have a father. Jessica, I had no idea. Of course you didn't. David's very good at managing his secrets. Much better than you were, apparently. As I sit across from this woman carrying my husband's child, I realize David isn't the man I thought I married. He isn't the victim in our story. He's the puppet master pulling all our strings. I'm waiting in our living room when David comes home, Jessica's envelope of money on the coffee table between us. We need to talk. David sees the envelope and goes pale. Emma, I can explain. Explain what? That while I was drowning in guilt over Ryan, you were paying your pregnant mistress to disappear? It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is, David. Because it looks like you used my affair as the perfect cover for cleaning up your own mess. David sinks into his chair, suddenly looking older than his 32 years. Jessica was going to tell you. She wanted me to leave you and start over with her. When I found out about Ryan, I saw an opportunity. An opportunity to make me the villain instead of you. I love you, Emma. I chose you. You chose me because I'm convenient. I stand up, my hands shaking with rage. With Ryan gone and Jessica paid off, I'm the safe option that doesn't complicate your perfect life. Emma, please. You want to know the difference between my affair and yours? I felt guilty every single day. You felt entitled. I pick up the envelope and head toward the door. Where are you going? To give Jessica her money back and tell her she doesn't have to disappear. Emma, think about what you're doing. This will destroy everything we've built. Everything we've built is a lie, David. I'm tired of living in your version of reality. What about our baby? What about us? I turn back to look at him one last time. Our baby deserves better than growing up in a house built on lies and manipulation. I'll raise this child, but I won't pretend our marriage is worth saving anymore. Emma, don't leave. We can work through this. No, David. Some things can't be worked through. Some betrayals go too deep. As I walk out the door, I feel something I haven't felt in months. Free. The weight of his lies, his manipulation, his games, It's all lifted off my shoulders. For the first time since this nightmare began, I'm making a choice that's truly mine. 6 months later, I'm standing in my new apartment, watching my 4-month-old daughter sleep peacefully in her crib. "You're perfect, Lily," I whisper, brushing a curl away from her forehead. "Absolutely perfect." She has David's nose but my stubborn chin, and she's the most beautiful thing I've ever created. My phone buzzes with a text from my sister Sarah. "Movie night tomorrow? I'll bring ice cream and terrible romantic comedies." I text back, "Perfect, but let's skip the romance. I'm more interested in stories about women who save themselves." The divorce was finalized last month. David didn't contest it after I agreed not to seek alimony. He sees Lily every other weekend, and despite everything, he's a good father to her. I never told anyone about Jessica's baby, but I heard through mutual friends that she moved back to Ohio and had a little boy. David sends her money every month, though he's never met his son. Some secrets are too heavy to carry alone, but that one isn't mine to tell. Ryan tried to contact me after Lily was born, claiming he still loved me and wanted to be part of our lives. I blocked his number after the third message. Through my window, I can see the park where I take Lily for walks every morning. There's a playground there where children laugh while their parents watch from benches. I imagine what it will be like when Lily is old enough to run around with them. I'll be the single mom cheering from the sidelines, and maybe that's exactly who I'm meant to be. "Tomorrow we start our new adventure, baby girl," I tell my sleeping daughter. "New job, new opportunities, new life." I'm starting work at a marketing firm across town. Better pay, better hours, better everything. Next month, I'm signing up for photography classes I've been putting off for years. The affair taught me I was looking for someone else to complete me, to make me feel worthy and loved. But sitting here in my quiet apartment with my daughter, I realize I was already complete. I just needed to learn how to see it. I'm not the same woman who stared at that pregnancy test 8 months ago, terrified and lost. I'm someone stronger, someone who knows that the only person responsible for my happiness is me. "We're going to be just fine, Lily," I whisper as she stretches in her sleep. "Better than fine. We're going to be extraordinary." And for the first time in a very long time, I believe it.